Can you believe it? Your tax dollars aren't spent appropriately. No, seriously. They're squandered. How surprising. You came here for the truth. So let me unveil that for you. Let's take a look at this company today. Can you guess? Well, the United States announced Tuesday that it would impose duties on imports of a new jet made by Canadian company Bombardier. The decision is likely to fuel trade tensions between the United States and Canada. We're talking about trade wars, everybody. This is big. But it's just a small step, of course. The two countries face off over the future of NAFTA. In response to the trade case filed by Boeing, check this out. The United States Commerce Department ruled that Bombardier C-Series aircraft, okay, these are smaller jets, had received subsidies of 220% of the plane's sale price. And it said it would begin collecting duties equivalent to that amount. We're talking about huge amounts of money. And they go from you and I to them. That's what you need to understand. The government doesn't have money. They have our money. That's the distinction that's not really made. Well, look, government, why don't you build that? Government, why don't you take care of that? Government, the roads need to be fixed. Government, the sky needs to be blue. And let's make sure government takes care of everything, every facet of our lives. Government, keep me safe. And while maybe government should do certain things, they should not be doing other things, and that is favoritism. There's so many no-bid contracts out there that it's absurd, truly absurd, unless you understand what's going on, of course. That would more than triple the price of the new jet. So obviously, sales not going to do very well. Look at this. Another article about the same issue. Bombardier has gone to great lengths to suppress the release of information about the government funding that it receives. Heading to court 10 times in 9 years, often citing competitive concerns. Think about that. That 10 times out of the past 9 years, people want information about what's going on with this company and they're unable to get it. Last October, in fact, Quebec agreed to invest $1 billion in Bombardier's C-Series commercial jet program. So this province is investing big money. And they're doing so, to some degree, I could definitely understand. You want the economy to keep going, public works projects, you want to keep people employed, you want factories, you want all of this to be happening. That's fine. It's the engine, you're throwing coals in there, you're getting it going. There's a difference though between trying to get the economy going and simply helping out your friends. That's the difference. And once again, the distinction is clearly not made. Court records and access to information documents obtained by the Financial Post show how difficult it is to glean the outcome of previous government support of the Montreal-based aerospace giant, even as Ottawa considers requests for another $1 billion in aid. Governments are guilty of one thing, and that is foreign aid and corporate aid. They give it to companies in need, they give it to individuals indirectly or sometimes directly. They bail out certain governments, they bail out certain corporations. How many times have you voted on a bailout? The only time I've ever seen a vote being done of a bailout was Greece, if I'm not mistaken, back in 2015. And they said, do you want to vote? Let's have this referendum. You decide, do you want the third bailout? They said no. The government said, screw you. That's the way this works. Then we give foreign aid to all these countries around the world where we're just handing out billions and billions and billions of dollars. And what do we see for it? I don't know. Maybe we do see something in exchange, but we have our own problems. No matter where you live, we have our own problems. And the amount of money that we are giving up to corporations or to countries can be used to fill in the gaps that we have in our country. But maybe I'm bad for saying that. Am I? Because I want to help out people that I know are in need. Look at the stock. Bombardier immediately takes a dip downward. Shouldn't surprise anybody. I thought that that was probably the case when I was reading these articles. Went over to the stock chart. Got it. Any bad news like this, I mean, I'm surprised it is only 7.9%, 7.49%, because it should be a lot more if that's the case, at least in the short term. Remember to always look at the news when you look at these articles and see how that affects financially. And this is basically just quickly to show you here the actual document showing you the values. Here it's probably a little blurry for you on your screen, but you can see the link. Financial Post has posted this, so you can take a look at that if you're interested. I think I've made all my points. Essentially that I don't like big government. I just don't. I don't like the fact that they try and handle every little thing. I think it is terrible. I think that it only makes things worse. And we have to face it every day. It's just the way it is. Every little thing that we do, they have their hands inside of it. And quite frankly, it's just really disappointing. But you can do things to become self-sufficient, to wean off of the dependence of the system and the monetary system, and do good for yourself and for your family. That's the positive message. So, if you found this video informative, please give me a thumbs up. If I didn't unveil the truth for you, then give me a thumbs down. And last but not least, if you found this video informative, I know you will find my books, The Money GPS and my new release, Global Economic Collapse, even more informative. You can look through these books at Amazon. Links are in the description below. Take care. Delusional late at night.